Hey everyone, hi. Thank you all for tuning in. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Let me know in the comments if you can see me and hear me and I'm live. Yes? Are we good? No one's commenting. It says I'm live. I'm gonna assume I'm live. All right, guys, so if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do so. The numbers indicate that a lot of people are not subscribed, and it really helps the algorithm. Also, if you haven't liked the video yet, can you please smash that like? I know it's silly, but it really helps. Hey everyone. Hey. All right, so we're totally ready. We're live. It's been 1 week since the sacrifice began, and most of you have probably already made your first sacrifice, if not your first few sacrifices, right? So I made my first sacrifice as soon as I got off the stream 1 week ago today. And I did it from the Staker app. I had moved a bunch of funds into there the night before because I heard that that was going to be the easiest way to do it. So I moved a bunch of funds in there, and then I ended up sending a complicated transaction. So I bundled Ethereum and USDC into one sacrifice. And then the way that I found out was someone came up with the sacrifice tracker, and then I was looking for mine and I couldn't find it. So I got in touch with Kyle, who helped make sure that it was there and that it had all gone through. And then I had posted about it on Twitter, and some people were asking how I did that. So since I don't have a guest, I figured that I would show you how I did it. All right, I'm going to screen share. Okay, so do this? No, that's not gonna work. All right, so all right, so let's see. I'm gonna have to open my Telegram. All right, so the first step is just to open your Staker app. The next step would be to go to your wallet. That's pictured right here. And then you would want to click PulseChain Sacrifice. So from within PulseChain Sacrifice, you can see what do you want to do? Do you want to send it for PulseChain, or do you want to send it to Sense Foundation? I sent it this time for PulseChain. You can choose which asset you want to send, and I sent 2 assets again for this demonstration. So I sent 2 Ethereum and 15,000 USDC. You can do both at once, and then I clicked Ethereum to pay the fees, and I hit submit. And then I slid to confirm, and then there it is. You can see all the confirmations. So it actually wasn't very complicated at all. It was really easy to do. It was the way that it made the most sense for me to do it, but I guess at least at the time, no one else had done it that way yet. So some people were asking if I could make a video showing you how it was done. That's how it was. It was really easy. It wasn't like something complicated at all. It was just that's what I thought the easiest thing to do would be. Did I see the Superman capitulation? No, I didn't. I'm not sure. Do you know what I did see? I saw, yeah, I could sacrifice, I could stake more, but I like holding some liquid hex just in case there's real price volatility. I'll definitely check that out, Bree. You know what I saw was Coach K's interview with Richard today, and then it was a very different tone from, we've been saying for a while, the tide is turning, and then now it seems like some of the bigger influencers are not only agreeing to have him on their channels, but actively seeking him out. And when they actively seek him out, they're not just using him to get tons of viewers. They're actually thinking about and exploring the product, and more specifically are really, really interested in Pulse. So I hope that's a great sign for all of us. Yeah, it does definitely make me feel a little bit useless. All the bridges are built. I don't know what to work on now. I'm open to ideas if you guys have any. Yeah. So now I gave you my tutorial. What else do you guys want to talk about for the rest of the time that we're here? How's your sacrifice been going? What kind of strategies are you employing? I know most people are holding Hex and only Hex. I know I needed to sacrifice more too, Ovidian, and then today I was like, oh, I should just make this video and do this. Let's talk about $1 Hex. Okay, I'm in for $1 Hex. That would be great. Yeah. Okay. Pulse Lead says total sacrifice so far is $590 million. Wow. Okay. So, and remember, that doesn't count anything that went to the Sense Foundation. That doesn't count anything that came from the Staker app. And that doesn't count anything that got sacrificed outside of the Ethereum ecosystem. So it's crazy to think that, like, there's Bitcoin sacrifices that have not been counted into that tally, and Cardano and Dogecoin and, BSC and all those other things. I wonder how, does anybody have any stats on how much the total is? I know we're kind of like waiting for the end, but I'm curious if anybody's done any work into putting in, if we're at 580, almost 600 million without several elements included, what are we at without? Are we already over 1 billion and there's 12 days to go? Yeah. Do we think stable coins in Sacrifice Wallet will be sold to PumpX? They can't be sold to Pulse because you can't buy Pulse. I guess you could sacrifice the sacrificed coins. Maybe they could be sold to PumpX. There's not that much supply available though on exchanges though. So I don't know if whoever is controlling that address would want to diminish other people's ability to get in. Maybe. What do you think a T-share will cost on the PulseNet? I don't know. A lot of people have ideas about this, but I think that we just have to wait and see. So Richard says a lot of things about price parity and how if there's liquidity, with Uniswap assets, if there's liquidity for something, there's liquidity for everything. So I think that parity is possible. I guess it probably depends. There's tons of people holding liquid Hex, and they're going to be getting liquid P Hex. So it's a question of, are those people going to dump one of them for the other one? Are they going to dump both of them? I don't know the answers to those questions. I got all my SAC in. If Hex blows up, I'll throw more into it, but I'm happy with my bag of Pulse. Yeah, totally. Today, Hex will not be sold from the sacrifice. Good. So yeah, totally. I was in that same boat, Rasology. I know a lot of people were trying to game theory it, and I was like, I'm going to sacrifice on day one what I originally intended to. I'm going to hold some, to potentially sacrifice later in case there's a huge opportunity. But I'm just going to be happy with what I sacrificed. I'm not going to stress myself out over the period and be constantly checking the price. So should I sacrifice now? Should I sacrifice now? No, it's done. I sacrificed. I'm getting my bonus. That's it. So that's it. That's I know. Okay. So Richard said today Hex will not be sold from the sacrifice address. Maybe, but what I heard was that nobody should have any expectations of what's going to happen with the Hex from the sacrifice address. So maybe I heard that, but wrong. But that's what I heard. All right, Melvatoni, 7-day price prediction for Hexonomics is 23.8. That would, 23.8. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Bree, I refuse to sacrifice before 30 cents. Well, luckily for me, I have not sacrificed a single Hex, nor have I sold any Hex into other assets to sacrifice. I have been sort of accumulating, and then I got access to an old wallet that had some assets on it that I hadn't touched in a really long time, and I moved those into stablecoins shortly before the sacrifice to prepare for it. Yeah. Yep. Stress-free strategy. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, you know? No expectations. Averaged 16 cents first 5 days. If it's higher on last 3 days, I'll throw in more. Yeah, I prepared to throw in some more. I haven't sacrificed 2 cents yet, even though I emailed them. I need to actually follow up, make sure that everything is still in line, and I do intend to make a small sacrifice to the Sense Foundation, what I can afford, right? So, yeah. I lit the candles just because I thought you guys might like to see it. Yeah. You like it? My mom got it for me for my birthday. She thought that it would be funny for my streams. I have some 100,000 Hex liquid I will sacrifice if I get a good price over 30 cents. But other than that, it's the stake. I always keep liquid. Cool. Good for you, Wally Source. Everyone has their own strategy. Woman, why didn't I buy Hex with those coins instead of stable coins? Actually, because I wanted to ensure that I would be able to have the amount that I wanted to sacrifice. I wanted to make sure that it was going to be a dollar amount and not, potential for there being a smaller amount. Because in a lot of ways, even though, people consider me an OG, Hex OG, I don't know how, I feel not like I missed it, but I was involved with the community so much earlier than I bought in. And I definitely feel like maybe Pulse is a chance to make up on some of what I missed out on by being stupid and listening to stupid people. So that's why I wanted to be really sure that I was going to have the right amount to sacrifice. Have I ever considered relocating to a more tax-friendly country? Sure, but I have a daughter and she has a dad, and he's not super open to relocation. So I'm not going to take her, and I'm not going to leave her. So here I am. Am I trying to be the female version of Richard? In a funny way sometimes. Sometimes I'm joking and try to mock or impersonate him a little bit, but no, not really. My mom thought the candelabra was funny, and that I needed some more things for the background, and I agree. It's cool. I like it. I'm still putting together my donation to Sense. Aside from the 75% credit, am I also getting the late penalty? Yeah, I think so. I think when you make I think that all of the bonuses apply when you make your sacrifice to Sense. Hey, Corey. Let's see. Sorry. What's up, man? Good question. Hex Dragon. Where? Did I miss it? Did I miss Hex Dragon's question? I'm still putting together my donation to Sense. Aside from the 75% credit, Am I also getting the late penalty? So I think that it's like every penalty or every bonus or penalty. So when you sacrifice it or donate it to Sense, it accrues the same rewards or penalties, regardless, like just along with the same timeline. I'm not 100% sure on that. If anybody knows, drop it in. Richard doesn't hold a patent on candelabra streams, right? I mean, like, yes, my mom did get it because, like, sometimes I do things that are like, I don't know, imitating Richard to be funny on the stream, and it seems like you guys like it. So, or on Twitter, sometimes I do that too, just to be funny and weird. But yeah, the candelabra. I mean, I don't know. It's cool, right? If you guys hate it, let me know. I'm gonna keep it though. Now, when the no coiners make fun of us and say, "What happens if the electricity goes out?" Just point to my candelabra. Yep, it's true. I will always have light. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Good point, Brissology. All right. So I don't know, whatever you guys want to talk about, keep dropping it in the comments. Since you're all here right now, I do want to tell you a little bit about my next couple of guests who I have lined up. So on Saturday this week, I have Lily Forrester. And I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with her, but she is an activist who's been on the run for about a decade. She and her husband were facing, jail time and some other criminal penalties for marijuana possession and use, and they were able to get to Mexico. They went to Acapulco. They made it to Acapulco. Anyway, I'm going to let her tell you her story, but she's an activist and she got involved with Bitcoin because of the implications. Like, she was able to transact no matter where she was in the world, and they couldn't shut down her bank account. I don't know. She doesn't know anything about Hex, but she's open to learning more about it. I've met Lily in person, and I'm really excited for her to come on the show. I hope that you guys will join us. That's going to be Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Then a week from today, on Wednesday, I have a lady Hexican who I met when we were in Las Vegas. Her name is Chrissy Shunda. She is going to come on the stream. She is working. She wants to build a dating app on top of Pulse, which is interesting. I know we've had my friend Adrian on this show before, and she wants to build a dating app. So it would be great, actually, if I could get them both to commit to come on at the same time. Maybe have Chrissy on for a bit and then bring Adrian in. I should reach out and ask Adrian to do that. Text Adrian. And then on Saturday, July 31st, Brock Pierce is going to be on my stream. Honestly, super looking forward to having him come on. This will be the 4th time that I've interviewed him. And what's really interesting is that the questions have really evolved throughout the interviews. So my second set of interview questions was really dependent still on what I learned after I asked him my first set of questions. And then the third was a continuation of that. And now this 4th one is really going to be another continuation. It's really interesting the way that it all ties together, because I've spoken to Brock about a lot of about the level of corruption in crypto media, my ideas for fixing it, PR and marketing, and how that can have a really strong effect on collective consciousness. And that all really ties well with the discussion of Hex. We've also discussed tribalism and all kinds of things. So I'm really, really looking forward to all of my upcoming guests. Yeah, can't wait. I'm loving this whole Hex community. I only joined Hex this March, but I'm glad I'm starting Pulse from day one. No stories. You'll get stories. Crypto Mingle, Sandy B, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Oh, thanks, Bree. Brock Pierce is a big deal. Yes, he is. Richard is having a lot of good streams lately. Are we about to go viral? I hope so, guys. I mean, it still seems like there's quite a bit of gatekeeping. The way that the crypto news outlets are talking about the biggest airdrop in history, but they're talking about it in reference to Eric Voorhees' Box airdrop. And then, there's another article recently, Richard mentioned it, about the Winklevi twins talking about blockchains as free speech. Yet there's no mention of Pulse or Hex. That's, what's up with that? I don't know. World Warfare, what price did I get my first Hex coin at? I'm not going to tell you that. Kev Street, 1369. Thank you. I appreciate it. All of your donations that come into Discord Syndicate actually go to help us doing things that are going to improve the channel. So we're hiring people who are going to help us set up higher quality, everything, create some really nice thumbnails and all the kinds of production things that we really need to take this network to the next level. So thank you very much for your donation. Very much appreciated. Average Hex sacrificed from all wallets, 18,087. Sandy B, dating site. Okay, your question, Crypto Mingle. I don't know if the name of her dating site is Crypto Mingle. Let's talk to her a week from today. So she's also been working with someone from Float, and she's really wanting the person from Float to come on to talk about how we can all work together. And Float's the social media app, and I think that would be a good idea. So I definitely be having that person on as well soon. Let's see. Or Pomp mentioning how we should focus on longevity. Yeah. So it's like people are saying stuff, but they're not actually saying where it's coming from. I don't know where, I don't know at what point there's going to be some kind of tumble where people are going to acknowledge that, they were wrong about Hex, Richard, Pulse. I don't know if that moment is coming. It definitely feels like people are ready to just move on and accept Pulse, but not own that they were wrong about Hex. So we'll see. Pomp is a joke. He rides all Richard's tweets the next day. Yeah, I've had the opportunity to interview Pomp before and turned it down because I had a lot of other interviews set up that day, and I just didn't but I would take it now if I got that chance, because now I think I could really have some interesting questions for him. Yeah, they want to move right on to Pulse. Yeah, it's like they just, moving on to Pulse allows them to skate over the fact that they totally ignored, and in fact, not either completely ignored or called Hex a scam. And I guess that's kind of the deal. Richard said that even early on. He said there's some people who are just never going to get behind Hex. They're just never going to get into it. They'll never own it. So let's create something that isn't Hex that people can understand. All right. Let's see. I bought Hex lower than most people knew possible. It dropped to half a sat on the crappy little exchange that most people didn't see. Someone dumped for what they could get, and I scooped it up. Good for you, Mount Coiner. Good for you. Some fudders and haters have come out and admitted they were wrong. Respect to them, but they are few and far between. Yeah, absolutely. You're right. There are some people who have been really open and admitted that they were wrong. Yeah. Thank you for saying that I look beautiful. That's nice, Crypto Journeyman. Pomp is a real letdown. Oh my gosh, you guys, when my mom was in town, she was watching this YouTube and I recognized the voice because it's Charlie Shrem. And I was like, Mom, why are you watching Charlie Shrem? She's like, no, I'm watching this like interesting, news. I was like, it sounds like an infomercial. And it sounds like an infomercial because it's not real. It's scripted and you can tell. And the more people who listen, the more are realizing every day the difference between real and fake. And I think people want real. So yeah. Trust swap also moving to Pulse. That's a huge deal. Yeah. Even that modern life dating guy said, I changed my mind about Hex, and he was a big hater. The tide is slowly turning. Yeah. Coach K interview with Richard was good. Coach was humble to admit he was wrong about Hex. I didn't see him admit he was wrong about Hex. I mean, like, I'm friends with Coach, but what I saw was him say that he still doesn't understand some of the mechanics and still has some questions, not I was wrong. That said, it's probably a little bit too much to ask a lot of people to say I was wrong, especially we're talking about like men in this space with egos and stuff, right? Yeah, there's definitely something that like I'm, kind of curious what you guys think. Okay, where do I see us in 1 year? Like, where do I see the price of Hex? I don't know. I don't want to speculate on that. I mean, I think that it could be a lot higher. But where do I see us as hexagons in a year? Like, just I don't know, more like, I don't know if we'll be like more integrated into cryptocurrency or if we'll be more like separate doing our own thing. Not quite sure how that's going to work out yet. I think some of it is going to depend on the level of positive or negative coverage that we get or continue to get. Hex Monkey. How do I buy Pulse? Just kidding. That was me impersonating the newbie question that appears like every second in the Telegram chat. Yeah, it's horrible. I can't even. Yeah, in the Telegram. I know. I go in there sometimes and I'm like, just read the pinned messages. I also admin in some other Telegram groups, and it's like sometimes sometimes there will be the answer to the question, like right there, and the person will ask the question anyway. Like, they don't even have to scroll. They could have just read one window above them, but they can't even read one window above them. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. It's a problem. Okay, so let's talk about this. This is something that I've been wondering about. So you guys know that like I work for a crypto marketing company and we talk to influencers and like, try to set up influencers with projects. And right now everybody's wanting more coverage, and especially those teams that like took cash reserves and are able to pay regardless of what the market is looking like. So I'm like, I've been lately cautioning and being like, why are we hiring these people? Like, nobody trusts them. Like, a lot of the people who have massive followings on YouTube and Instagram, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, a majority of their followers, people who listened to them, have gotten wrecked over and over and over again this year. So even though they still have those big numbers, are people still listening to them? And like, what's the alternative for it? So I would be interested in your guys' responses to that. Like, what's the alternative? Obviously, they can't, come to, hexagons because we're not going to just show products or, whatever. Let's see. Any idea on when Hex will reach virality? It will when it does, like when it's ready, all in good time. There's an hourglass behind me. When it's time, it will. I see Hex as doing what Richard dreamed to be the crypto. Yeah, I kind of agree, actually. Like, I was telling someone today that Hex is what I thought Ethereum was going to be when I got into cryptocurrency. Like, the whole idea was that you would be able to stake it and that it would earn more of itself and that would be a passive income source for you, even though it would fluctuate. The time locks wasn't something that I, had thought of really, of course, and like, I think that stumped a lot of people. But once I did understand that those time locks were optional and they're just like a CD, that's what really sold me on it, honestly, because there are actually like a lot of applications that I think accompany that feature. Like, you theoretically could put up enough Hex to pay, a stake every month, set up a staking ladder every month for 30 years or 15 years and have that be, set to pay your mortgage. Of course, you would want to do like 3 times whatever, you think you're going to need because of the potential price swings. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of applications like that are really interesting. A lady on Telegram the other night sent her sacrifice to the PulseChain donation site. Lol, user error. Ouch, that would hurt. My mom accidentally, like, she was sacrificing and, she was like trying to choose which tokens, and she sacrificed an ERC20 token that was not on the list. And then she was asking me what's going to happen. And I was like, well, I saw on the stream, like, it's just gone. You sacrificed it in the literal sense of the word. So I asked Pomp during one of his streams to interview Richard. This was his exact response from his YouTube comment. Richard Hart has as much legitimacy as Craig Wright, which is none. Saved it. Yeah, he was wrong then. He's wrong a lot. I think that's a really big problem. People don't understand that just because people have like name recognition and brand recognition and followings in the space, that doesn't mean that they're wrong, that they know what they're talking about. I have onboarded a couple as well. I'm not sure they have gained the title of Hexagon yet. Pomp is dead to me. I mean, he's not dead. Let's see, when new throne. You know what? So I looked at some and I was like, gonna order one. And it's like the thing about the $200 one on Amazon is that I feel like it's too low to the floor and it doesn't have arms, and I want for it to have arms. And then the next ones that I sent, which were like, I don't know, they started at 1,200 and ranged to like 4,000, is one, like, that's a lot to spend on a chair for streaming. And also they didn't look super comfortable. Like, I don't know, if I'm going to spend $4,000 on a chair, it's going to be a chair that I want to sit in. I bought this chair for $40 at a thrift store, and it's awesome. I'll find something. I don't know when. Still a lot of followers asking, what do you think of such and such coin? Can't read or DD. It's sad, but I think there's still a lot of people need saving and listening to influencers. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't have a problem with people investing in other coins if that's what they want to do with their money. But yeah, I guess, and some people do have other holdings. Some people within the Hex community do have other holdings that they think are potentially very profitable. But yeah, it is sad that there's a lot of people who don't know how to do their own research. And even that doing your own research can be so dicey. Yeah, because publicists and PRs and marketing agencies are really good at convincing you what they want you to believe is true. That's their job. So DYOR, really difficult. The Furus get no engagement, kind of sad, even the ones with the big followings. Really? Have people started finally ghosting Furus? I don't know. It seems like Hexican engagement on Hex hater posts is still fairly high. I totally ignore them. Ash, pay influencers in Hex and Pulse only if they're willing to teach their communities about how to use Hex. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it makes sense to do that with I would think that maybe it makes sense to do that with some influencers who are outside of the crypto space. Like recently, I've been reaching out to fire influencers who typically don't have anything to do with crypto because they don't like the volatility. They like something that they can stake and then count on a reliable passive income stream from. But I have been talking to some people lately. In my opinion, if we were gonna start paying influencers, I would rather pay them than a lot of crypto influencers. Just my 2 cents. Multi-bridge Hex. Yeah, I guess sorry. Let's see. I guess I FOMO'd on both day ones. I sacrificed 4 out of the first 5 days, feeling good about it. I'm so staked to hodl and delegate Pulse, a deflationary coin. Do you know if its delegated Pulse needs a babysitter? Do you need to watch it? I think not. I actually don't know enough about this. That's a great question, though. If anyone knows, please drop your response in the comments and how to use Pulse and develop on Pulse. So I believe that for using Pulse will be like using Ethereum. You just switch to Pulse within MetaMask, and then developing on Pulse probably will be using Solidity for the smart contract language. I'm not 100% positive of that, but that seems like it would make sense since it's a fork. The idiots telling the others they're idiots. Who said an idiot? Who called who an idiot? Our queen and her golden hair are a source of pride. Thank you. Thank you, QC Organics. Yes, I need a tiara spinner. If anyone can make me a tiara spinner, that would be amazing, right? It would be so good to have multiple layers of tiaras on spinners. That'd just be super cool. Johnny Chaotic, I'm looking at you. They can all, no, I'm not reading that. You need one green candle in the middle. That's not a bad idea. I'll see what I can find. Mount Coiner agreed, send me a DM. In crypto, people need to make their own research. Absolutely. Did you buy some up coins? I don't know what that means. Up coins? I'm getting October vibes right now. Love it. High on life with Hex and Pulse. For sure. I'm getting 2018 vibes a lot. Don't pay influencers shit. How did we know you would feel that way, Bree? I'm noticing more crypto influencers are at least paying attention to the illegitimate coin ranking sites. A Hexican who thrifts, staking my heart. Yeah, I'm real thrifty. Hi, Toby. Yes, I will babysit all your Pulse. Just send it all to me. I've noticed that from day one. I haven't been told what the significance is, but I'm sure there's a reason. Thank you. A lot of crap. Okay, interesting about Richard's focus in the past several interviews that he notes the larger Telegram engagement for PulseChain over Hologram text. Hex Telegram initially. FOMO faster. Yeah, I would say a lot of the people who thought that Hex was a scam now are getting into Pulse, even if it's 100% FOMO, just because they're like, oh, what he did last time was incredibly successful and I don't want to miss out on these next games. So, yeah, I think so. Can't wait to see new smart contracts on Pulse. Exciting times. Toby, $5. Seems to be some confusion on days 17 through 19. Can I touch on how that works? Well, so every day after the first 5-day period, which is over, the rewards amount dwindles. So I'm not sure what you mean about confusion. If you could be more specific, maybe I could be more specific. I'm an OG Hex staker. Nice, good for you. You're probably rich. Did I claim any Spark last December? Also ETH friendly? Yeah, so in December I was holding XRP in a compatible wallet. I will get a Spark airdrop whenever that happens. I mean, it was already supposed to have happened like months ago. I don't really know what's going on with it, but yeah, I will. And then ETH friendly, I'm not sure if you're asking me if Pulse is ETH friendly, but certainly it's a fork of the State of Ethereum ecosystem. So it's really intended to be something that will help Ethereum and not, because by taking some of the transactions off of Ethereum, that will allow Ethereum to function more efficiently. Because it would destroy their products. How old am I? I'm 37. I just turned 37. Yeah, Melvatoni, we're talking about the sacrifice amounts. All the BTC, Doge, and other coins aren't even calculated in it yet. I don't care what they do with the money. No expectations of others. I know. And I'm like really wondering about Bitcoin donating, Bitcoin, Doge, ADA, like how much has come in from that. I really am curious. I know that they said that we'll know at the end, but I'm like, I can't wait till the end. Let's see. All right, guys, if you're watching, hit that like button if you haven't already. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do. It's really easy for you and does a lot for the algorithm for me. I'm making Macy's for women mad out of jewels, diamonds. I don't understand. Thanks so much for your great contribution to the Hexago music video. Over 2,000 views. Let's make it go viral. Share on all your socials, everyone. All right, guys, if you haven't seen the Hexago music video, you should check it out and share it. Do you think the Hex price will keep pace with the reduction in economic charges by the end of the sacrifice, like double from here? I think it's possible. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on in the market right now. And then also there's lots of liquid Hex. So I think that there are a lot of people who are holding Hex just with the anticipation of its price increasing during the sacrifice. And that there's a possibility that we'll see a sharp drop off after the sacrifice is over. So I'm fine. I don't care because I took all my profits that I need for a little while. But I mean, is it possible that it could double from here? In my opinion, yeah. Is it possible that it could drop in half? In my opinion, also possible. Yeah. You look like 28. You aged so well. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not lying. I'm 37. I can show you my passport someday. Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. Flair is adding more FS. That's cool. Skin routine, honestly, wash my face with water, use a soft towel. That's it. Don't go into the sun very often. I have really good genes. You guys have seen my mom. I'm blessed. Very, very lucky. Oh, Botox also. It's just my belief that they don't want Hex rated in the proper position by them because Hex could truly break the bank's CD structure. Well, I don't know about that, Melvatoni, because I don't think that it's the banks who are suppressing Hex's position on CoinMarketCap ranking sites. It's people like, entities like Binance that are suppressing the ranking. So because Binance owns CMC, and I think the reason for that is they don't want people just staking and then not using the exchanges as much, because then they're staking, they're not trading as much, and the trading fees are where exchanges get their money from. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're in it together, but that's not my thought. Hang on. All right. Thanks for the financial advice. I'm dumping everything. All right, Toby. I thought days 17 through 19 got 0 bonus, but there are some saying you get a 1.75x bonus. My understanding was that 2.5x to 1.75x was just illustrating that you'd pay twice as much per pulse on days 17 through 19 as days 1 through 5. I think that as I understood him say it today, he said days 17 through 19 still got that 1.75x, but then I'm not exactly sure how it's distributed because of the whale wallets too. To be just completely honest, I was not really caring about the bonuses and more caring about the opportunity to get in on the ground floor on something that, based on the previous product's level of success, I think is a smart bet. Hey, Hex Machina. Hey, when, where, next Hexicans meetup? Well, we are doing Hexicon, which is, I think, March 6th through the 9th in Las Vegas, if I'm right about that. We'll see. Maybe we could do a meetup before then, something less casual, but that's supposed to be the full conference. Flare or Spark is doing the same thing as Pulse. Songbird is coming in 6 weeks. Prenet for Flare coming in September. Cool. I think we need lots of networks. I think we need lots of networks in order to make blockchain scalable. So I'm good with anyone, with all the networks. I hope that they can all be interoperable and work together and have their own niches, and awesome. I'm getting some Flare tokens airdropped when they airdrop. So cool. Nerd Bomb is hot stuff. Yo! Yeah, she is. Pulse lead. Total sacrifice so far, 591.5 million. Dang. Yeah, that's a lot. And again, that's not counting anything that came from Staker app, and it's not counting Bitcoin, Dogecoin, ADA, or anything outside of the Ethereum network donations. You were expecting me to say I had yeah. I mean, maybe, but I have no rhythm whatsoever. I think it's just Binance. They see Hex as a major competition. The camera loves you, but I've seen you in person. Oh, thanks, Toby. US is taking care of Binance. 1.75. Oh, here we go. Here we've got an answer. 1.75x bonus on the last 3 days to get the FOMO tards like myself. So there we go. Now we have a definitive answer. There is still a 1.75x bonus on the last 3 days, Toby, which is what I thought. Is it possible that the banks put them on notice? Yeah, but the banks don't really like Binance. So, I mean, I don't think so. I think that maybe, I'm a conspiracy theorist and I love conspiracy theories, but I feel like that might be reaching too far. I mean, yeah, I don't think so. Glad I didn't. There we go. Glad I didn't miss the whole thing. Hi, ISO. Serenity, I read that, but I also 2.5x being twice as much. Yeah, at the beginning, 369, correct. Yes. Guys, I'm so freaking pumped about the Pulse launch. This is going to be an amazing year. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. For those of us who aren't rich already and are sacrificing for Pulse, I think that this may be the year that we get rich, guys. It's going to be amazing. Only reason I'm excited for Flare Network is so I can sell my airdrop to buy Hex. Yeah. Is the tiara only for building bridges? No, I just felt like I've been wearing it a lot lately, and like I just wanted to mix it up a little bit. Like sometimes wear it, sometimes not, but I'll wear it again next stream. It's just for whenever. I just wasn't feeling that fancy tonight. Tinfoil tiara. Ooh, that would be good. I should make one of those. Yes. Yeah, that's a great idea, Franklin. Then we've got some spam. Days 17, 18, and 19 have the worst rates and get a flat bonus of 1.75x. That's right off the PulseChain website. Good. Now we have clarity. We have absolute clarity. After this stream, anyone know what the next good hexagon stream will be? Let's see. Isn't there a channel? There's a way to check. There's a place where I don't think that DS has enough to stream tonight, unless maybe it's like late night and it's the Australians. I'm thinking, but I'm not sure. It's Wednesday, so I don't think that the Quanking goes on. Not sure. Oh, I do. I send him screenshots. I think he just wants to try to buy Pulse when the network. Anonymous. There are many who stream on this Discourse channel. Yeah. It was nice meeting you in Vegas. Keep up your great work. Thank you. I like conspiracy theories too. Yeah, they're good. They're fun. I like them. I don't know. I mean, I think that there's a thing about like conspiracy theories that if you knew the answer to them, maybe you would do something with it. And then conspiracy theories like just for the sake of theorizing. So like sometimes I don't think that it's productive, and sometimes I think that it is. It all depends on what kind of conspiracy theory you're talking of, and then also like what level of impact it's having on your real life. No matter how this is a good wrapping up comment. So no matter how you slice it, Pulse is our second chance for those who missed the start of Hex. It's going to be very powerful for the crypto community. I agree. If you haven't sacrificed yet, you have about 12 days left to do it. I did. I sacrificed twice so far. I'm going to have at least one more. All right, guys, you were awesome. Thanks for being here. So if you haven't hit that like button, smash it now. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. It really helps the algorithm. I've got guests lined up for my next 3 episodes starting on Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I have Lily Forrester. She is a activist on the run who's gotten into crypto because of her need for it, because of banks freezing her money. I think that she doesn't know anything about Hex. She's really open to learning. I'm really looking forward to talking to her. Hexagons should start a tiara fund. We'll raise like 250K and get Nerd Girl a Gucci tiara. Honestly, like if you guys are gonna raise some money for me, like just buy Hex, and please, I don't need a $250,000 tiara, like at all. But I would take some Hex or Pulse. Then a week from today, I've got a woman who is an OG hexagon, and her name is, sorry, I talk to a lot of people every day, Chrissy Shunda. She's going to come on the stream and talk about the dating app that she wants to build on top of Pulse. And then a week from Saturday, July 31st, is going to be Brock Pierce. So Get those on your calendar. Don't miss them. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for being here, and good night.